There's going to come a time where you have to solve a problem, you need to troubleshoot an issue, you need to find a solution that is going to get you past whatever roadblock you're facing. And I think the tendency when we have that is to try to look for, simple, obvious answers, and we make some assumptions going into the situation to find the answer. Through the years of troubleshooting and software development, I've learned that you can't always make assumptions, and you have to leave everything open and look at all the different things. Even when you think something's not related, it could be. Years ago, when personal computers were kind of becoming a household item, I was always the computer expert in the house, and I would get calls from family members, hey, my computer's not working. And I'm like, okay, what do you mean it's not working? Well, I turn it on and nothing comes up on the monitor, and so with that, you start with the very basics, well, first of all, is your computer plugged in? Yes, okay. When you turn it on, how do you know it's coming on? Well, the little power light's on. Okay, well, is your monitor plugged in? Yeah, is your monitor turned on? Is your monitor connected? You just start with the very basics and remove issues from the problem, or prove that these aren't problems in there. And you can't just make assumptions that just because the computer's not coming on, maybe the monitor was just turned off or something like that. And so I've learned through the years, whenever you're faced with the problem, is look at everything. Don't make assumptions, and little clues are out there, and you just gotta pay attention to them and be aware and look for them. We're just facing a troubleshooting issue at work recently, and we had changed the way we were processing items. We were always writing things to the disk and reading them and moving them along. And we thought, well, maybe it'd be a little quicker if we did everything in a memory stream. So we moved to that and noticed a lot of issues. So backed out of that, went back to the writing things to disk and reading things from disk, and the problem still persisted. Well, what we had done was we had made the assumption that the stream processing, our files were so big, memory was getting corrupt, and that was what was causing the issue. When we backed out and started writing the files, we noticed that some of the problems were still there, and they were intermittent. And so today was sitting down and was just trying different scenarios, because sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. And what was the difference, and why would sometimes things process fine and other times things not process fine? And today I think I stumbled upon a big clue doing some of the processing, and it turned out to be some of the fonts we were using, or one particular font we were using. When we used that, documents would end up being corrupt, and if we didn't, documents would work. And it was like, wow, who would have made that, or who would have thought about that association there? And it just kind of set home to me again that when you're problem solving like that and looking, you have to consider everything, and don't leave anything thinking, oh, that's obviously not it, and until you try it and prove that it isn't. So it makes us now question whether the memory problems that we were having were really associated with files being too big, or does it come down to this font thing? But just kind of solidified that troubleshooting techniques, and you start with the very basics, and work methodically through them, and don't rule anything out until you try it and prove that, yes, this is definitely not part of the problem. So kind of a rewarding day. We got closer to solving, hopefully, the problem, and being able to move on from that. But there you go. That's what I have for you today, something to think about, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.